we don't like as much as road conditions. So we have still to be performant there for sure. But second is a good result, you say everything about that.
It's been a fantastic battle for us to watch this weekend between you two teammates. What's it like to be part of that dynamic, to have teammates battling away?
Yeah, I mean, we understand that it has been exciting to watch from outside, I guess. Inside also, yesterday afternoon, for sure, we were going in a good rhythm, and we lost some time, as I said, because we did a little squad and spin and so on and so on. But it was great to fight with those guys, and even on the technical side, the position were also in a good place, so it was good to see the three Volkswagen cars fighting like this. And between us, I don't think so that between co-drivers there is so much, we like the dynamics, I would say, but there is no, I would say, it's really perfect, and everything is happening into the stage, the rest is quite smooth.
Good, glad to hear it, Julien, thank you. Kris, third position overall. You said before the rally your objective here was to get a clean run through it, finish the event, make as few mistakes as possible. Did you bargain on getting a podium as well then?
No, to be honest, no. But yeah, everyone was saying it's the roughest rally in Argentina they've seen. So for me, in that perspective, it was probably good because okay, I've done the rally once before in IRC, but the stages were completely different. So it was basically new to me, and I just made the notes as the conditions were. I'd never experienced the stages smooth, so there was probably nothing going to catch me as a surprise. And yeah, I was quite happy on day one. My pace was quite good on the stages for the first time. And but okay, when we got landed with the third place after everybody's retirement on Friday, I was in a completely different rally then. I was just in survival mode to protect my position, and yeah, it's not something I've been renowned to be good at, to drive slowly, so I really had to calculate and drive as slow as I could to protect that position, After the disappointments in Mexico and Portugal, I had to finish, so yeah, I'm really happy to come home with the third place.
Now you said before the event, you competed here before, but only on something like 20 kilometres of similar stages, and we saw on the second pass through in the afternoon interview, the speed increased massively. So it is a case of learning and getting that experience which helps.
Yeah, for me, especially in the south, the southern stages are so vast in places with lots of blind, fast corners, and you really have to know the road to anticipate the speed, and it's impossible for the first time. So I was very happy to be able to. On Saturday I had a big gap, so I used that to my advantage to just learn it, and your pace notes don't necessarily change so much, you just understand the road better, and instinctively your time improves a lot even on the second pass, so that's what experience is all about. It takes 1 or 2 years in this championship before you're fully aware of all the roads and all the different types of surfaces, so yeah, it's all about experience here, and I say for me more so in the south. My speed was quite good in the stages on day one, but for me they're not as technically as difficult as days 2 and 3.
In Portugal and in Mexico, difficult events for you. Was your confidence knocked by that? And if it was, has this restored the confidence a bit?
Of course it was not. You can't deny that. When you have 2 DNFs, it's difficult, and but all Sweden, Mexico, and Portugal were all new events to me. This is relatively new, so after 5 events in the championship to have 2 podiums in my first full season is quite nice. Okay, Mexico and Portugal weren't good, but it's a learning experience for me this year, and I have to continue to learn.
Today the stage is very difficult. Mikkelsen has been foot to the floor and taking a lot of time. Were you concerned about him behind, or were you just focusing on your own event?
Yeah, I just had to focus on my own game plan. Andreas has been here, a good number of years. He's really good experience. Everyone knows he has good speed. Even back when he was here with the Skoda with Seb, he had really good speed. So, yeah, he was full of beans this weekend. I have to say he drove really well. His speed was incredible. And but I just had to stay in my own game plan, and I was prepared to use every second I had in the handover to get the third place. I didn't necessarily want to win it by a minute. I only had to do it by 1 second, and so yeah, I'm happy to come home with a third place.
You had a lucky horseshoe in the car this weekend. Is that going to stay for the season?
It might. The engineer probably said once got a silver fern from New Zealand, and he kept it in the car for 6 rallies, and he won the 6 rallies. Then the mechanic threw it out, and he crashed on the next one. So it might have to be, welded over the chassis somewhere.
Don't lose the horseshoe, Kris. Paul, congratulations on third position. Overall, how are you feeling at the end of the event? At the end of a very tough event on the championship calendar?
Yeah, it's been very tough time. Argentina, it's an absolute last couple of events. Confidence wasn't very good, so we needed a good result here and finish with it done, and pick up podium was extra bonus, and we had to drive very carefully from Friday evening on after getting up to third place, and we had to drive slowly, carefully, and that's harder than going fast. And as Kris said, he's not the best at driving slowly, but we managed it, and we managed it all weekend. The engineers did a great job. The car really stood up to the terrain, and firstly, we're very happy and it's fantastic in the podium.
How tough was it out there today, Paul? Difficult conditions, especially with the fog across pretty much all of the stages today.
Yeah, they're very hard and cold drivers. The fog, you can't see very far in front of you. But for me, they say a corner on me like there is something near the moon. If that's like the moon, I don't ever want to go to the moon because it's horrible. It was horrible today, and I'm so happy that I'm back down here away from that place.
Definitely no trips to the moon for Mr. Nagle then. Thank you, Paul. Jost, let's turn to you now. 9 wins in a row for Volkswagen. It's a Jari Matti win here in Argentina. Some great results and great pace from all drivers within the team this weekend. You must be a proud team principal at the end of it.
Yes, definitely, and I think everybody in the team is living the dream right now. And we have to be very thankful for Volkswagen to give us that opportunity. We never thought that we could achieve that in the second season and what we achieved in the first season. And all the support we get from the board of Volkswagen and the sympathy and the goodwill we get from all the Volkswagen employees around the world is fantastic. When we come into Argentina, where there are big factories, and we see the crowd and the employees that are coming and cheering us up, this is absolutely fantastic. And as I said, everybody in the team is living the dream.
Competition-wise, it must have been a joy to watch this weekend because it was your 2 drivers who were battling away for the win. And you've always said, since whenever, there was no team orders, they're allowed to fight. Does that make for quite a tense service area, Jost?
No, not at all. I think everybody in the team enjoys this competition and enjoys the battle. And we see the mechanics and the lunch service, they work on their car, but they not really have only their car, because in the evening service both teams work on one car. So there is no competition within the mechanics. They try to prepare the car as good as they can, and also we had like yesterday in the lunch service. And normally all the drivers, co-drivers and me, and we sit together and had lunch together. And Seth really came and said, Mikka was sitting at the table and said, Mikka, you did a fantastic loop this morning, congratulations, really outstanding. And I think that shows how it is in the team. And we all enjoy the internal battle and the competition, and it's very sporty and it's very healthy.
Yeah, it sounds like a great team spirit. Can we talk about Andreas Nicholson? Seeing as he's not here on the podium, but he was for quite a lot on Friday, unfortunately, before what happened on Friday evening. What have you thought of Andreas' performance this weekend? Because over the past 2 days, he's put on a great display. He's taken a huge amount of time on the stages. Do we think we're going to see Andreas heading to the podium soon?
Yeah, I think Andreas did an outstanding job. That he had the pace of Sebastien and Jari. He was there. Unfortunately, this second was not his fault at all. And then he came back. He still didn't give up, and he came back with great stage times. And I'm sure at the rallies he has some experience, and he will be very good. And I'm convinced we will see him on the podium this year.
I one final word there about Jari, Matti, our winner, leading the way for the majority of the weekend. What have you thought of his performance?
Well, if you wouldn't have believed that he's that good, he wouldn't be in the team. So we know that Jari Matti can win rallies on his own without needing any luck. And the same is for Sebastien, and it's great to see them win the rally.
Nice to hear. Nice, congratulations on your results. Are there any questions for our drivers?
Buenas tardes, felicitaciones a todos los que han llegado al podio, que Rodríguez y otro Deportivo. Quería preguntarle a Jari y Latvala si con este triunfo se empieza a poner en tono porque puede pelear el campeonato con Ogier, pero en el momento porque se nota que el potencial que tiene su auto es muy parecido al del campeón del mundo.
Jari Matti, he wants to know if with this victory you still have a good chance to fight for the world title.
You know, when I crashed in Portugal, it was quite a big hit for me for the championship points. And of course it was a bit pressure coming up here because I knew that if Sebastien wins here and if I don't score a good result, I will be quite far away. But now with this victory we can get 5 points closer, and we are still on the fight for the championship, so this was very important for the championship, and for sure we keep going with the fight for the championship. It's all open.
Sí, ¿puedo? Sí, Valencia de máximo cruz y autorradio Polo para Jari Matti Latvala. ¿Qué significa ser el ganador en la República Argentina en esta 34ª edición, justamente siendo el ganador después de la hegemonía que tuvo Sebastien hoy?
What does it mean for you to win in Rally Argentina after all the years where Citroen was dominating this rally?
I mean, like I mentioned earlier, for me it's amazing to win because in this rally it's a long time ago and there's been a thing winning this rally. It's over 10 years ago. I remember 99, you were Conferencia on this rally. After that, I don't know if Marcus Grönholm won it with the Verso, and then it's been Sebastien Loeb's domination. So I think it was, and also Seth was fighting for the victory here last year, so I guess it was not a rally where you would expect, we would expect him to be winning, and so it's really great moment to win this rally.
Are there any other questions? No? Jari, Matti, enjoy your second party of the week tonight. Thanks very much.